As a young child, I can't ever remember my mother hugging us and kissing us.
She doesn't deserve the title of mom, so that's why I call her Blanche.
We never had any nurturing. We were never once told that we were loved.
I remember doing the dishes at 4 years old. We were ironing, vacuuming, mopping the floors, cleaning the bathrooms. When I was in the 3rd grade, I made a flower pot. I brought it home to my mother, and she turned around and smashed it on the floor because I hadn't made my bed.
I do remember the flower pot incident. I just kind of stayed out of the way. I did not want to get in trouble because we lived in fear.
That's how insane she was about the chores. She was physically abusive as well as emotionally abusive. One of the worst memories of my mother was her on top of me strangling me.
I did choke her. I wanted her to quit crying, and she wouldn't.
It was really hard to watch the violence. If you would have tried to do anything, you'd have been in the same situation as me.
Yes, I absolutely would have gotten my ass beat if I tried to step in.
My kids had a good life. They learned to ski. We went on a lot of camping trips.
She took us skiing. She used to take us camping. That was all good. But most of my memories are negative.
Blanche taught me everything not to do.
It's good to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Grateful to be here, sir.
What are your first memories of your mother being on drugs?
The car accident, even if she had taken prescription pain medication prior to that, we didn't know about it, but more importantly, we didn't observe the behavior prior to that car accident. You can tell when someone's high.
So the accident was really an accident. It wasn't her.
Correct. In
Driving high or
1995,
whatever.
she generally had an accident where her foot was crushed.
Okay.
That's when things really started to spiral.
So we're talking 20 plus years here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And you've talked to her straight up about her drugs. How often?
We're pretty much when we're with her because she asks to do things that she's not capable of doing because of the drugs. She asked me, do you think I'm ever going to be able to babysit my grandkids? And I said, no. So then she asked my daughter, and my daughter was like, no, because you're frequently too heavily medicated. So.
Does anybody ever tell her straight up, not you're too heavily medicated, but
Yes.
you're an addict, you're high, I'm not turning over my grandkids to a drug addict?
I tell her you are absolutely over-medicated. She's had a fentanyl patch on her for 12 years now. 12 years.
Telling somebody who's been wearing a fentanyl patch for 12 years that they're over-medicated is like telling Evel Knievel he's driving a little aggressively.
Jean has always been more tactful. I have told her to her face, you're a drug addict, get off the dope. I came to a point where I finally said, it's the dope or me. No reply. So I finally sent her a text message that said, I knew you would pick the dope over your children.
Jean, you say she was never Mother of the Year.
No.
We've seen pictures of like camping and horseback riding and stuff. You said that's because she wanted to go camping and horseback riding and had nowhere else to put you guys, so she took you.
She wanted to go horse camping. She got me into that, and it's a great thing. But soon as her health got so bad, she just gave everything up. She just started circling the drain.
Erica, you said that she never misses dinner,
She loves to eat out.
but what about her pain and all when it comes to?
That's our question is, we've never witnessed any actual pain to prevent her from doing something fun. And I could call her up and say, yep, for a movie. She's not in too much pain for that.
But when it comes to adulting and taking care of herself around her own house, she's in too much pain.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.